See, I go in and get the job done. Yeah, I'm moving like a hitman. See, I go in and get the job done. They don't want none. I got that experience like I've been doing this for centuries.
I'm Todd Grisham, and welcome inside the Lighthouse Theater, and what a night it's going to be. Alongside me, former world champion Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's always mine, my friend.
It's the... So much hype surrounding this big matchup. Can't wait to see what goes down when the opening bell rings.
All right.
And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. It's all offense all the time. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. And he scores with the counter. And he just missed with that left jab. The crowd has settled into their seats. They are ready to see something special at this amazing venue.
For a fighter walking into a theatre, I think this is the closest thing to fighting in a gym, because the people are up close. You can hear people talking ringside. You can hear people jeering, saying how good you are, saying how bad you are. You can hear the pressure, the expectation.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Not a lot of defense here at all. You'd like to see more jabs. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Roy Jones in that last fight. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy. What do we expect to see here in round two? After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
The straight right just misses. Jab not finding its target. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
This counter puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching you every move, that every switch.
Careful not to punch himself out. A perfect counter shot. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. There's the bell to start round 3. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Straight right just misses. Swing and a miss with the hook. One punch could change everything in this battle. This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
I've seen some fights with it.
Oh my word, down goes RJJ! Imagine seeing this punch coming and not being able to do anything about it.
I need to see that again.
One, two, three, four, five. Give me your blood.
Can't believe they managed to beat the count, but that could be the last hurrah. The final 10 seconds of the round, and he is looking really sharp. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. What a huge... Here we go to the 4th round. Let's see how he bounces back here after getting dropped in the last round.
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got a hustle. He's got a bluff him.
Good counter punching. What skill being displayed here between these two middleweights? This fight has a real good flow to it. When you get hit with a body shot like this, there's nothing you can do. Watch it again in slow motion.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, they're back up, Johnny, but now what do they do to get back into this fight?
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
Looks like he's leading halfway through this round.
The corners must be so, so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
Catch and shoot. They're giving us a high-tempo show. Final 10 seconds here, unless we get some late drama. I think we all know who won this round. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. It's not over. Time for the 5th round. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
Punch, counter punch. Good looking right hook, but that was blocked. How about that time counter shot? He misses with that straight left. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Nice counter. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Straight right just misses. Beautiful counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage, so there's the bell to start round 6. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
This can be so frustrating when you're under such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
Good one. Caught it. Well done with that counter shot. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Those counter punches have to hurt. We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, thinking, you've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagan and pickpocket them.
Nice counter shot. That punch lands. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Roy Jones in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
You cannot gas out if you prepared right, slept right.
Here we go. It's round 7. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
They exchange punches. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walk right through it?
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, Mr.
Bitch.
And you can see here his face basically melts into his glove, and down he goes.
That's lights out right there.
So this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Pensacola's finest is down. I think that will look even more dramatic in slow motion.
I've got to see that.
Not many people would have predicted it, but we've got a knockout victory.
A knockout victory? That's not a knock.
Just wanna run away. Away from this place, away from mistakes. Broken promises made me to myself to pursue my happiness. I want to fly away. Live my life in my own way.
So we're going to fight in Atlantis. Why not? Hope you brought your raincoat and your flippers. And here with me, my broadcast colleague, it's Johnny Nelson.
I'm done with this shit if I lose this
And
shit.
here he is, Terrence Bud Crawford, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. He also can crack at will.
This bout is scheduled.
One of the hottest tickets around. It's standing room only. You can't imagine how bad these fighters want to get their hands on each other. Scoring uppercut there. There's a counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. Well done with that counter shot. Perfect punch. A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Now it's time to put up or shut up.
It's so hot, so heated. There's a roof on here. You don't understand it. When you're working, when the noise is there, the pressure's on, you're thirsty, you're sweating, and you're getting under. You're on the wrong side of a beating. This can be high on you.
A real good back and forth between these two fighters.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
They miss with the jab. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about... Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
You're fighting the counter punches, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punches, they're watching you every move, that every grip.
That counter punch caught him clean. To score with a jab. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Straight right just misses. Respecting each other's punching power. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. What would you tell this? Let's get it started in round 3. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Perfect counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Beautiful counter shot. He threw the hook, didn't land. Were made for each other. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That hook won't score. Find a home for that jab. Nice punch. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. At this point, go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. You know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter-punching.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I go to the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Catch and shoot. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. And forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Good one. Expending a lot of energy in this round. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. He blocks the right uppercut. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. I promise you. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Nice counter. Shot. Here we go with these two lightning-quick lightweights.
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step out the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain overboard.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
I want to think of holding on here for a minute. You don't want to trade shots. Right when you think the pace will slow down, it picks up. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. That was... This is the beginning of round 6. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That counter shot lands. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around that. Work the body, use tactics. Sometimes it's all right to actually outbox a fight and beat them on points.
So much firepower here. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter shot. They exchange punches. That jab misses. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Jab slightly off target. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. We'll see how much. Here comes round 7. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this...
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere. Look at this. Crawford's legs are all over the place. Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
His stamina is off the charts. Those counter punches have to hurt. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. You've heard the old phrase, this... Round 8, and we're off again. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Beautiful counter punch. Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skin them, go for speed.
That punch lands. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
One moment changes everything, especially in this division. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Now this is the...
And down goes Crawford. Wow. Now, let's take another look at that.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. As you know, in boxing, the judging can go